Om Shanti. Today is 27th August 2023 and we shall listen to the Avyakt versions of Avyakt Bhagwad. These Avyakt versions were spoken by Avyakt Bhagwad on 16th November 1995. 1996 was the year when we celebrated as the Diamond Jubilee year for the Yajna. So in today's Murli, it is Bap Dada's inspiration for how we have to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee year. The title for today's Murli is Bap Dada's desire is that the year of the Diamond Jubilee be celebrated as the year of being free from attachment. Today, Bap Dada has come to meet his loving and cooperative children who constantly have the remembrance of the Father in their hearts. The Father has as much love for the children as the children have for the Father. The love is so great in the hearts of the children as well as in the hearts of the Father. The Father gives a lot of love to all the children equally. Baba does not differentiate in giving love. He gives a lot of love to all the children equally. But the children imbibe that love according to their own capacity. This is why the Father has to say, love and remembrance number-wise. Baba says, Baba has given equal love and a lot of love to all children. But the children imbibe that love according to their own capacity. And that is why Baba's love and remembrances is number-wise. However, at Amrit Vela, the Father gives number one love from his heart to all the children. This is why the special time of Amrit Vela is especially for the children, because Amrit Vela is the beginning period of the whole day. Amrit Vela, Baba showers his love to all the children. And because it is the beginning period of the whole day, these children whose hearts imbibe love from the Father at the beginning of the day are not attracted by any other love because their hearts are filled with God's love. Everyone's hearts are filled with God's love. If according to your stage, you do not completely fill your heart with love, then what happens? If your heart is even a little empty, if you only have imbibed a little love, Baba says, if you have only imbibed a little love, then because there is still some space in your heart, you are attracted by the many forms of love from Maya. Maya pulls each and every one, either in the form of other people or in the form of material comforts. Maya attracts you with that love in both forms. So Baba says, if at Amrit Vela we haven't filled ourselves completely with that love, even if there little space is there, then Maya attracts you. Many children ask Bap Dada, why does Maya still come to us? Since you have become Master Almighty authorities, there should be no question of Maya coming to you. However, the reason for this is that at Amrit Vela, the beginning period, your hearts do not imbibe God's love to their full capacity. That is why Maya still comes, attracts, because the hearts are not full with God's love. If something is only half full and there is still some space in it, there would definitely be some fluctuation. Baba says there will definitely be some fluctuation. You wake up at Amrit Vela, you sit for remembrance, you have that aim, and you even say that you belong to the one Father and none other. Do you say this with your heart or with your lips? Baba says, do you say this with your heart, that mine is one Baba and none other? Do you say it with your heart or with your lips? So then, what is the reason why your heart is attracted elsewhere? Your love must definitely be being pulled to other people or possessions. Baba says, your love must definitely be being pulled to other people or possessions. For this is why Maya pulls you, because there is space. So Maya attracts you, Maya pulls you. Your heart is not completely filled with God's love. Just think about it. If someone gives you a diamond, Baba gives an example. If someone gives you a diamond in one hand and a ball of clay in the other hand, which one would you be attracted to? You would be attracted to the diamond, not the clay. However, Baba says, it is good to play with clay, is it not? So, what are waste thoughts? Are they diamonds or clay? You play with clay because you have developed that habit. For half the kalpa, we have developed that habit to play with clay. So, waste thoughts are not diamonds, they are clay. What are other people? People are also made up of clay. They are also made of clay, are they not? The clay merges with the clay. Therefore, it is said the body merges in the earth. The clay merges with the clay. They may be beautiful to look at, perhaps because of their faces, their specialities, or their virtues. Human beings, they may be beautiful to look at. That clay may be beautiful to look at because of their faces, their specialities, or their virtues. And so you say, I don't have any other attachment. I don't have any love as such. But this virtue of that one is very good. So we are attracted to the virtues. Therefore, you are slightly influenced by their virtues. Or you say that that one has many specialities for doing service. And therefore, because of that speciality of service, you have a little love for that one. You may not say it in words, but the expression definitely shows. So Baba says you may not say it in words, but when you constantly have this thought about any person or any material comfort, you feel, if this one or this thing were here, it would be very good. This is also attraction. Baba says this is also attraction. Even that feeling, Baba says you may not say it in words, but even if you have that thought and that feeling, if this person would have been here, or if this thing would have been here, it would be very good. This is also attraction. Baba takes us at a very subtle level. Then Baba says, who is the bestower of that person's speciality in doing service? Who is the bestower? Is it that person? Is it that person? Or does the Father give it? Who gives it? It is okay to say that the person is very good. But at the time when you see any speciality, virtue, or service of theirs, do not forget the bestower who has granted them that virtues or that specialities for doing such special service. Baba says it is the bestower, so do not forget the bestower. Those people are also takers, not givers. Without belonging to the Father, could they have developed that virtue or speciality for service? Can they develop it on their own? Or did they bring that speciality with themselves from the path of ignorance? The speciality in doing godly service cannot exist on the path of ignorance. On the path of ignorance, they may have a speciality or virtue. But after coming into this knowledge, Baba says, maybe on the path of ignorance, they may have that speciality or virtue. But after coming into this knowledge, if they do not fill that virtue or speciality with knowledge, if they don't adorn it with knowledge, then that speciality or virtue cannot do as much service on the path of knowledge. It won't be useful. Even a natural virtue has to be filled with knowledge. It has to be shined, polished with knowledge. So, who is it who fills it with knowledge? The Father. So, who is it a gift from? Who is the bestower? So, do you like the one who takes, or do you like the bestower? So, why do you chase after those who only take? Baba says, why do you go after them who only take from Baba? You speak very sweetly to the father or the dadis, and you say, Dadi, I do not have any attachment at all, none at all. But because of this service, there is just a little. You say that you only have a little attachment. I just have a little means there is little attachment, and justify yourself in this way in front of the father, in front of the dadis. However, no matter whether that attachment is to their virtue or their service, if not today, then tomorrow, where would that attachment lead you to? Baba says, supposing there is little attachment to their virtue or their service, if not today, then tomorrow, where would that attachment lead you to? Some children are even pulled back to the old world by their attachments. But the majority of you do not go as far back as the old world. Only a few return there. For the majority of you, attachment takes you towards carelessness in your efforts. It does not take you to the old world. Some may go back to the old world due to that attachment. But Baba says for the majority of you, this attachment would lead you to carelessness in your efforts. Then you think, well, this happens a little all the time anyway. You then start to justify yourself to Baba. Baba, you do not exist in the corporeal form. How do we justify? Baba, You do not exist in the corporeal form. Even Brahma Baba has become Avyakt, and you are just a dot, a point of light. We have such large corporeal bodies, and we have to do everything with our bodies. We have to move with bodies. So we are corporeal, whereas you are subtle and incorporeal. So we need someone in a corporeal form. That is why we need the support of someone in the corporeal form. So this is our justification to Baba, that we need someone in a corporeal form. We may not need many people, but we do need one person. Do you not need one person? Do you need one person? Those sitting at the back, do you need one person? Just be careful. Bap Dada is asking whether you need one person. Do you not need anyone? Then children said, we only need one Baba. Of course, you have the Father, but sometimes many things come into your minds, and so your minds become heavy. Baba is trying to make us feel or give us a realization what we are doing. So Baba says, of course, you have the Father, but sometimes many things come into your minds, and so your minds become heavy. Until you make your minds light, you are unable to have yoga. So what do you do then? Even the Father has a question. What should you do when your mind is heavy and you are unable to have yoga? Some doctors were sitting in front of Bap Dada. So Baba says, what would doctors say? If you do not vomit, but you do feel nausea, if your stomach becomes heavy, should you vomit and let it all out? Or should you keep it in you? If the stomach is heavy, Baba is asking, should you vomit and let it all out? Or should you keep it in you? What would the doctors say? You should vomit it out, should you not? Doctors also say that you should vomit it out. Acha, they are doctors of the body, and all of you are doctors of the mind. So, the doctors of the body have given their replies. Now, the doctors of the mind speak. If there is some confusion in your mind, where should you vomit? Would you vomit in front of Baba? Then somebody said, go and vomit it in Baba's room. Baba says, go and vomit in Baba's room? Just think about it. Would you vomit in front of the Father? If not, then where would you vomit? Tell Baba of a place where you can vomit. Bap Dada takes the children's side and feels that at that time you definitely need someone. So somebody says, tell Baba. Baba says, what should you do if the Father does not listen to you? Many children complain that they told Baba about something, but that Baba did not listen to them and didn't reply. So what would you do then? In fact, now Baba gives the answer. Whether we need someone in front of whom we have to vomit it out, or we have to go in Baba's room and vomit it out. Baba says, in fact, if your hearts are full of God's love, godly powers, and godly knowledge, if there isn't even a little space, then there cannot be attachment or love for anyone else. Many of you say, we do not have any attachment, but we do like them. So what would you call that? When you like someone, what would you call that? You do not have any attachment, but you do like them. So what is that? Should you be given so much freedom that you can like them? Baba is catching us. Should you be given so much freedom that you can like them without having any attachment? You can sit with them, talk to them, and enable them to do service. You enjoy all of that. Should you be given that freedom? Those of you who think that you should be allowed a little freedom because you haven't become complete yet and are still making effort, that you should be given a little freedom, raise your hands. You would not raise your hands now. Baba says, you would not raise your hands now because you would be embarrassed. But if you do feel that you should be allowed a little freedom, you can write a letter and give it to Dadi. Baba says, if you feel you need a little bit of freedom to talk to any person, enjoy doing service, you can write a letter and give that to Dadi privately. Do not say that you want to speak to Dadi for 5 minutes because time would be needed for that. Just write it on a piece of paper and Bap Dada will hold a gathering of those souls who wrote the letters. So Baba says, just write it on a piece of paper and Bap Dada will hold a gathering of those who wrote the letters. That would be even better. Baba says that would be even better. Acha, all of you are saying no. And this is being recorded on video. The video cassette that is being recorded of how you said no will be sent to you. Means in the end, you'll have the vision of those recordings in the subtle form. So why did you then do it again? Will Baba have to send it to you? Or will you keep yourself safe? Are you sure? Or are you a little unsure and a little sure? Earlier, you were also told that this is the season to begin the Diamond Jubilee. Now Baba comes on to the celebration of the Diamond Jubilee. So Baba says, earlier you were also told that this is the season to begin the Diamond Jubilee. Therefore, you have created many programs of conferences, lectures, and melas for this season. However, Bap Dada wishes to make one special program for this Diamond Jubilee. What is Baba's program? What is Baba's desire? So, are you all ready for it? Bap Dada wishes that whatever children he sees in the Diamond Jubilee, whether the child is 2 years old or 60 years old or even 2 months old, whether a teacher or a student, whether surrendered or living in a household, you all need to become free from attachment. This is Baba's desire to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee, that you all need to become free from attachment. All of you together with the Father have taken on the responsibility of purifying the elements with your purity in the year of the Diamond Jubilee. Is this your thought? Or does the Father alone have to do all of this? Are you the companions of the Father? Your hands are a little hesitant in this. People were like putting the hands up, but not fully up. So Baba says, your hands are a little hesitant in this, and you become clever in this way. Do not do this. Bap Dada wants every child in the world to become free from any attachment to the facilities or other beings. You must not have any attachment to the facilities either. To use those facilities is one thing, but to have attachment is something else. So Bap Dada wants you to celebrate next year as being free from attachment. This is Baba's desire. He wants to hold this function. Will you become his companions in this function? You will not say later that this thing happened, will you? No matter what the reason is. Even if the Himalayas fall, would you move away from the side of the falling Himalayas? So, do you have this much courage to become free from attachment? Baba is asking, so do you have this much courage? Teachers, you should speak first. You students are feeling happy because Bap Dada is saying something to their teachers. The teachers are always companions to give their cooperation. So much hope Baba has in all the teachers as well, that the teachers are always companions to give their cooperation. As you make progress in today's world, the foundation of purity of all those souls who have called themselves religious souls, great souls, will shake a lot. The foundation of purity of all those souls, great souls, religious souls, is going to shake a lot. It was also at such a time, at the beginning, when Brahma Baba became an instrument, that he was insulted. Why was he insulted? It was because of purity. Otherwise, Baba is saying, otherwise in the earlier life, before Gyan, in the earlier life of Brahma, no one, even someone senior in age, had the courage to raise a finger to him. Such was his personality. Such was the personality of Brahma Baba. However, because of purity, he had to take insults. After Shiv Baba entered and he made people take this vow, promise of leading a pure life, he had to take the insults. The newness of this godly knowledge is purity. You say with so much intoxication that even though cotton wool is living with fire, it cannot catch fire. You issue this challenge. Those who are couples, raise your hands. Baba is looking at all the couples. Raise your hands. So are all of you couples issuing this challenge? Baba is asking the householders, are all of you couples issuing this challenge? Or will there be a small fire and you will then extinguish it? You are challenging the world, are you not? You tell the whole world in your lectures that without purity, one cannot become a yogi or a jnani soul. This is your challenge, is it not? Those couples who feel that they can issue a challenge in this way, raise your hands. It is good. After seeing the hands, Baba says it is good. There are many companions in the one group. So, what will you do in the Diamond Jubilee? Become free from attachment? You have already had the year of becoming free from anger. The previous year, Baba made people celebrate it as the year of becoming free from anger. Bap Dada so many who had a little anger. However, this time he has allowed you to get away with a little of it. To all those who paid attention, whether from this land or abroad, Bap Dada gives even more than multi-million fold congratulations to those who experience their lives to be completely free from anger. The telephones of the intellects of those from this land and those abroad are connected to Madhuban. All of you have a connection with Madhuban. And those of you who had this determination must have experienced receiving extra special help from Bap Dada to become free from anger. So Baba says, those of you who had this determination must have experienced extra special help from Bap Dada. Now do not think that because you have finished being free from anger for a year, you are now free. No. When you experience yourself to be completely free from attachment, you will automatically become free from anger. Why? Why do you get angry? If you are unable to fulfill whatever desire you have, or you are unable to attain whatever you want, you then get angry. Simple logic Baba has given that when you become free from attachment, then you easily become free from anger. Why do people get angry? If you are unable to fulfill whatever desire you have, or you are unable to attain whatever you want, you then get angry. The reason for anger is that whenever your thoughts, whether they are right or wrong, are not fulfilled, you get angry. For instance, Baba gives an example. For instance, you may want to take part in a conference or function that is happening, and you feel, after all, when would I get the chance to do this again? You have this feeling, after all, when would I get the chance to do this again? You have a desire, and you even give a signal for that. But if you are not given that chance, do you then get irritated or not? Okay, you may not have had any gross anger for anyone, but would you not have had base thoughts about whoever refused you? So that is not purity. You are allowed to offer yourself. Beautifully, Baba has said and is teaching us how to be flexible. So Baba says, you are allowed to offer yourself and give your ideas. But then, having offered your ideas, do not change those ideas into your own desires. Anger comes where there is unfulfilled desires. So Baba says, you can signal, give ideas, but do not change those ideas into your own desires. When your thoughts take the form of desires, you become irritated, or you still show anger through your words, or you even use your hands or feet. That is a very gross form of anger, using your hands and feet. However, give your ideas without any selfish motive. Do not have any selfish motive and think that because you said it, it should happen. Do not think in that way. You may offer something that is not wrong, but don't go into why or what, etc. Then do not go into any sort of questions. Otherwise, all of its companions of anger, who are the companions of anger, jealousy and hatred will also follow. Therefore, if you have made the discipline of purity firm, if you have become free from attachment, you won't then have any attachment about what should happen. Let it not be, this should happen. This feeling, oh, I gave this idea, so this should happen. If you offer something without any selfish motive, that will quickly reach others. If you offer something with a selfish motive or out of jealousy, that would create further anger. What will the teachers do? So Baba is asking, what will the teachers do? 100% free from attachment. Speak yes or no. Foreigners, say, Haji, you mustn't celebrate the diamond jubilee just like that. You have to show some newness in the diamond jubilee so that the eyes of the government open and they wonder, what is this? They should not be able to say no to anything. Instead, they should offer themselves. It should be just as when the Mahamandleshwars came here and they came in Madhuban, what did he offer? That the Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris should run his ashram. He asked for this, didn't he? The Mahamandleshwar, they asked for this. So all of their departments should propose that only you run their departments. Even in the government, Baba says all the departments should propose that only you can run their departments. To be able to make this practical is the Diamond Jubilee. However, do you remember your first promise? What do you wish to become? Free from attachment. Somebody said, free from attachment. Only then can all of this happen. The government and everyone will propose you that you can handle their department very well. If you continue to beat your children, how would your children become good? If you continue to become weak amongst yourselves, how would the Mahatmas bow down at your feet? The stronger you make the pillar of purity, the more this pillar will work like a lighthouse. The stronger you make the pillar of purity, the more this pillar will work like a lighthouse. Acha, to the long lost and now found elevated souls in all directions who are merged in the Father's heart. To those who surrender every desire of theirs and of others by constantly obeying every order of the Father. To those who constantly make their pillar of purity strong. To the special souls who spread the light of purity by being lighthouses. To those who make themselves free from attachment and thereby come close to the Father, and to those who remain close to the Father. To such children, love, remembrances, and namaste from Bapdada. Then Baba is remembering all the children who have sent their letters and good wishes to Baba. To the children living abroad everywhere, to all the children everywhere, special love and remembrances from Bapdada. Because all of you always send your letters of love and remembrance. Special remembrance to those who have sent letters, and special love and remembrances to those who have sent their love and remembrances from their hearts. Bap Dada's blessing for us children today is, may you be a victorious jewel whose intellect has faith and thereby stays unshakable even in any upheaval. I repeat, may you be a victorious jewel whose intellect has faith and thereby stays unshakable even in any upheaval. Faith and victory are very firm companions of one another. Faith and victory are both companions of one another. Where there is faith, there is definitely victory. Because you have the faith that the Father is the Almighty Authority and that you are Master Almighty Authorities, so where else can victory go? Those whose intellect has such faith can never be defeated. When the foundation of faith is strong, no storm can shake it. To be unshakable, even amidst some upheaval, is known as being a victorious jewel whose intellect has faith. However, it is not just faith in the Father, but let there also be faith in yourself and in the drama. Today's slogan is, a flying bird is one who stays free from all bodily relations and makes effort to become an angel. I repeat, a flying bird is one who stays free from all bodily relations and makes effort to become an angel. Acha, Om